A very good day, my dear students. Today we will learn the relational databases. This is your new unit. Let us see. So in the relational database, students, we will see that how we can store our data and how we could be able to manipulate our records which we have stored. So what do you mean by database? Database may be defined as a collection of interrelated data stored together to serve multiple applications. It is a computer-based record keeping system. It is not only allows to store but also allow us to modify our data as per our requirements. Okay. Next is, what is DBMS? DBMS refers to the database management system. Basically it is known as a software that is responsible for storing, manipulating means changing, maintaining, utilizing the database. A database along with the DBMS is referred to as a database system. There are various DBMS softwares available in the market like Oracle, MS Excel Server, MySQL, Sybase, PostgreSQL, SQLite. We will use MySQL for using or storing our database. Okay. Next is, what is the purpose of DBMS? Databases reduces redundancy. It means it removes the duplication of data because data are kept at one place and all the application refers to the centrally maintained databases. Now database controls inconsistency. What do you mean by inconsistency? When two copies of same data do not agree to each other, then it is called inconsistency. By controlling redundancy, the inconsistency is also controlled. Database facilitates sharing of data. We could be able to share among several users. Database ensure security. Data are protected against accidental or intentional disclosure to unauthorized person or unauthorized modification. Database maintains integrity. Integrity means what? It enforces certain integrity rules to ensure the validity or correctness of data. For example, a date can't be like 25 by 25 by 2000. It should be in a date format only. So it maintains the integrity. Next, database enforces standard. Database is maintained in a standard format which helps to data interchange or migration of data between two systems. Next, what do you mean by relational database model? In relational database model, data is organized into table, that is rows and columns. These tables are also known as relations. A row in a table represents relationship among a set of values. A column represents the field or attributes related to the relation under which information will be stored. For example, if we want to store details of students, then roll number, name, class, sections are required. Then roll number will be the column and the information which is stored in that column is also known as attribute, and the collection of all the column information will become a row or record. Next, like sample. Here you can see this is known as column, okay, or attributes, and the single row is known as what? Row or records. Okay, you should remember this thing. This is known as like employee number 1 2 3 4 5 is a column or attributes, and one Ankita F, this is a record or a row. Okay. Next, components of a table. First is byte. Byte is a group of 8 bits and is used to store a character. Data item, smallest unit of named data. It represents one type of information and often referred to as a field or column information. Record, it is a collection of data item which represent a complete unit of information. Table is a collection of all rows and columns. Like see, this is what fields. This one is a records. This is single item is known as what? Data item, and a complete set of data is known as what? Table. Okay. Next, common RDBMS. These are some of the software where we could be able to use DBMS or tools. Okay. Like MySQL runs on virtually all platforms including Linux, Unix and Windows. Basically, we'll use MySQL for running our programs, and there are many other common RDBMS as well. Next, various terms used in relational model, like relational. Relation is what? Relation or table is a matrix-like structure arranged in rows or columns. It has the following properties. Like all items in a column are homogeneous, that is same data type. Data types are of same type. Next, each column is assigned a unique name and must be atomic, like indivisible value. All rows of relation are distinct, that is no two identical rows are present in the relation. Ordering or rows of records are or fields are immaterial. Next, domain, it is a collection of values from which the value is derived for a column. Tuple or entity or record is the rows of a table is called tuple or record. Next, attribute or field, column of a table is called attribute or field. Degree means number of columns in a table. Cardinality means number of record in a table. Next, see here you can see identify the following in the about table. Degree of table will be what is the degree of table here? Number of columns. So you need to count number of columns here. 1 2 3 4. So 4 will be the degree of table. Cardinality of table means what? Cardinality said number of rows in a table. So how many rows are inserted? Like 1 2 3 4. 4 rows are inserted. So 4 will be the cardinality. Attributes of a table means what? What is attribute? Column of a table is called what? Attribute of a table. So next column, how many columns are there? 4. So again 4. Tuple. Tuple means what? Again record. So 4. Data types of a book code and price. What is the book code and price data type? Book code is what? And price is what? So what is the data type of it? What will be the data type for this? See, it is a combination of number and like number and character. So we can include this as what? Char. Okay, character is being termed as char or varchar, and 405, 350. This all are what here? Numbers. So we can term this what it as what? Integer. Okay, which we have studied in Python. See. Concept of keys. In relation, each record must be unique. That is, no two identical records are allowed in database. A key attribute identifies the record and must have unique values. For that, we use various type of keys like primary key, candidate key, alternate key, and foreign key. So what is primary key? Primary key is a set of one or more attribute that can identify a record uniquely in a relation is called primary key. There can be only one primary key in a table, allows only distinct, like no duplicate values will be stored in that column. Okay, and the value there should be any value. We could not leave at as what? Null. Okay, or we could not leave as blank. Next is your candidate key. In a table, there can be more than one attribute which contains unique values. This column are known as candidate key. Okay, among this database, analyst select one as a primary key based on requirement, like must contain unique value, compulsory entry, or like after the primary key any key attribute is there, then we can term it as what? Candidate key. Next, alternate key. If we have multiple candidate key, then one of them will be selected as primary key and rest of the column will serve as what? Alternate key. And foreign key is what? It is used to create relationship between two tables. Like in two tables, the first will be the parent table and second one will be the child table. Child will inherit their properties from the parent table. So in the parent table, the column which is being termed in which it will be inherited, so for that will be notified as primary key, and in the second one that particular column will be termed as what? Foreign key. Okay, next is C. This is the child table and this one is the parent table. Okay, so in the parent table this one will be termed as what? Primary key, and this table is compulsory to be allotted here. And in child table, employee number is the primary key, but department number will be termed as what? Foreign key in the child table. Okay, next, referential integrity. It is used to ensure relationship between records in related tables uh, uh, which are valid and user don't accidentally delete or change the related data. Referential integrity can be applied when the master table column is a primary key or has a unique index. The related fields have the same data type. Both tables must belong to the same databases. Okay, next, brief history of MySQL. MySQL is freely available open source RDBMS. It could be downloaded from www.mysql.org. In MySQL, we can store tables. It provides features that support secure environment for storing, manipulating, and accessing data. It is fast, reliable, scalable alternative to many of the commercial RDBMS today. It is used to create and support MySQL ALB. Okay, and the chief inventor of MySQL was Michael Widenes. Okay, MySQL has been named after Monty's daughter Mai. Next, MySQL database system refers to the combination of a MySQL server instance and MySQL database. It operates using client or server architecture in which the server runs on the machine containing the database and client connects to server over a network. MySQL is a multi-user database system, meaning several users can access the database simultaneously. In this database system, we have two things. First one is server and second one is client. The server listens for client requests coming in over the network and access the database as per the requirements. And the client are the program that connect to MySQL server and send requests to the server and receives the response of the server. Okay. Next, there are various features of MySQL like speed, ease of use, cost, query language support, portability, data types, security, scalability and limits, connectivity. There are many features which are being available in MySQL. How to start? We need to start the MySQL, then we need to enter the password after installation, or during the installation you need to enter the password. Then the MySQL prompt will be available. To exit MySQL, you need to type exit or quit. Okay, what is it? SQL and MySQL is what? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a language that enables you to create and operate on relational database. MySQL uses SQL in order to access database. It is the standard language which is used by almost all the database. Pronounced as SQL. Okay, almost version was developed by IBM's Almaden Research Center. In there, it has been developed. Latest ISO standard of SQL was released in 2008 and named as SQL 2008. Processing capabilities of SQL. There are various capabilities of SQL being processed like DDL, data definition language, where we define the data. In DML, data manipulation language, where we use to manipulate our data. Embedded DML, view, authorization, integrity, transaction control. These are the processing capabilities where we use in SQL. First is data definition language. In this, it allows to create database objects like creating a table, view, or any other database objects. The information about created objects are stored in special file called data dictionary. Data dictionary contains metadata, that is data about data. While creating a table, DDL allows to specify name of table, attributes, data types. There are major commands of DDL like create, alter, drop. Data manipulation language. In this, it allows to perform following operations like retrieval, insertion of new data, modification of existing data, or deletion of data. In DML, it is of two types. First is procedural DML. In this, we specify what data is needed and how to get it. And in non-procedural DML, in this, we specify what data is needed without specifying how to get it. Main DML commands used like select, insert, update, and delete. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. It allows you to execute a set of MySQL operation to ensure that the database never contains the result of partial operation. In this, it is a set of operation. If one of them fails, the rollback occurs to restore the database to its original states. Like undo operation is being done in rollback. Okay, it follows ACID property. ACID means atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability property. In this, some commands are used like commit, rollback, save point, and set transactions are being used. In this, commit means what? To save the current transaction, rollback to undo or cancel the current transaction, save point to insert a flag or bookmark in various stages of transaction so that later we can roll back from any given save point, and set transaction to specify the properties of current transaction, set start transaction to start transaction activity. By default, MySQL automatically commits the changes permanently to the database. Okay, next, these are some of the questions you need to do. So thank you, students.